So all I've been seeing over the past week or so has been insane amounts of cope from people that do not like the admirals. We're in a situation where this is perhaps one of the most obvious things in One Piece. This is clearly Kizaru, obviously in reference to Luffy, his freak out reaction at the end of chapter 1090. And people will just not accept it despite overwhelming evidence, despite the leakers saying it who have knowledge of even chapters coming in the future, and no other outcome making any sense. People are still clinging to the fact that they say, it's Saturn, bro. It's Saturn. I don't understand the infatuation with these Gorosei members that people have. Like, people really believe that these Gorosei members are going to be stronger than the Admirals. Like, it just doesn't make any sense for the story. Like, I don't even get it. The Admirals have been stated to be the strongest force within the world government numerous times. They are the Yonko fighting force. They are the ones that oppose Yonko. They are the strongest. They're the protectors of the Celestial Dragons. Now, the Holy Knights obviously are something that's like a Black Ops division. They're like the last resort group. And I think Garland, Figureland, and perhaps maybe a few others are going to be pretty strong. But not all of them are going to be as strong as Admirals either. And I honestly wouldn't even be surprised if they don't even reach the levels these Admirals are. I think it's just because everybody downplays Admirals. They don't understand their true scale. They don't understand how strong they truly are. People still refuse to accept that Yonko and Admiral means the same thing, no matter how many times it's brought up, no matter how many times they're correlated. And of course, you guys want to see scaling. You guys want to see the truth if you're going to have an open mind and be open to learn instead of just being so staunchly behind your ideals. Go check out my scaling videos. I show Akandu's, I show Kizaru's. It's crazy at this point, man. So we're going to break it down. Basically, people think that Luffy's reaction at the end of the chapter is Saturn. They think that there's no way it could possibly be Kizaru, and he's sensing Saturn. Now, here's why this just doesn't make any sense. For one, Saturn has literally said he doesn't want anybody to know he's there. So it makes no sense for him to start fucking flexing his hockey to fucking intimidate Luffy. Like, it doesn't make any sense. He doesn't want anybody to know he's there. Okay? And even if you want to say like, oh, well, he might not be flexing hockey. It might just be tied to he's sensing the presence. Even then, I still feel like you'd have to exude your presence. You'd have to like will your presence forward like that. And you could easily just probably conceal it. But let's say you're saying, oh no, he would just still be able to sense it even if he's trying to conceal his presence. Luffy, as soon as he goes outside, would fucking feel Saturn. He was talking to the Gorosei on the transponder snail. Then he goes outside of the lab, he would just feel Saturn. From the time that he's listening on the transponder snail and Luffy's talking to the other Gorosei members, he doesn't fucking move from his position from then to the end of the chapter. The only person that moves, the only person that actually makes landfall on the island below the lava sphere is Kizaru. He's the only one that actually kicks into action. And then furthermore, you see they're directly referencing light. They're literally looking down and they're like, what's that light down there? Luffy's looking down and he's like, holy shit, somebody strong is coming. It even looks like light beams are fucking being protruded up into the sky near where Luffy's at. This is the most blatantly obvious situation. It's clearly talking about Kizaru. Luffy has not fought an admiral in a serious capacity yet. He's had plenty of interactions with admirals in the past where this is going to be built up as a huge deal. He had that little run-in with Fuji, but obviously, as I tell you guys, anything with Fuji and Dressrosa, like, Fuji's just fucking trying to get the Navy embarrassed and trying to get the warlords disbanded, and obviously he's just doing nothing, and then even at the end, he's like flexing, he could just solo everybody. Obviously, you guys know. He's never had a serious encounter, bro. He has to have that. So it wouldn't be a situation where Zoro and Sanji together would fight Keys. The first person to fight an admiral, potentially go equal, or get a stalemate, or even perhaps even win, is going to be Luffy. Without question, it's going to be Luffy. Luffy is the first one that must fight Kizaru. Anybody who believes otherwise has no fucking idea what the fuck Oda's entire storyline has told you. And you get people saying like, oh, what's Saturn there for if he's not gonna fucking fight? First and foremost, as I mentioned before, it should be evident by the fact that he said he didn't want anybody to know he was there, that he has no intention of fighting. He believes himself above fighting. Not to say he can't fight a little bit. I think they have some fighting prowess, obviously mythical zones. But basically what he's there for is because it's basically like a boss showing up to the job site where it's like everybody's on their P's and Q's when the boss is there. When the big wig shows up, nobody's slacking, nobody's messing around. There's no room for failure here. He wants this dealt with swiftly. He wants to grab Vegapunk. There's multiple serious factors at play for why he'd be here. Especially considering the Mother Flame is something of utmost importance to Eam. So it makes sense for one of Eam's personal representatives to be present. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if Luffy at some point does put hands on Saturn after his interaction with Kizaru. I don't know when it makes sense, but that's not going to be like the drawn out fight. If you've seen my theory videos, I think Blackbeard's going to be capturing Saturn anyway here. He obviously sent Devon and Laffy there for a stealth reason. He might have wanted to grab Vegapunk, but now if they get the intel that Saturn's right for the taking with no protection, he might as well just take one of the Gorosei. Also, if you guys haven't noticed, anytime Oda does something that like remotely makes the Admirals look bad, he always puts a failsafe in place where he says they have to hold back. He'll fight them later with their nerve. Like, he always does this, and here is no different. He knew what you guys would say because obviously he's trying to write a story with an emotional mucking moment. Character building for Kizaru to fucking clash with Sentomaru here. And he knows that people are going to be like, oh, Sentomaru blocked keys. So what does he do? The next panel, he made Luffy have this kind of reaction. He needed to counteract what he did the panel before. Anybody with any common sense should know, hey, this is something that's important for this character. To go through this, this is the most in-depth we're ever getting a look at Kizaru's character. Fighting somebody he's close with, not ignoring him, disobeying the Gorosei's original order because he's not a power scaler. He does his best. That's why I have full faith in Oda to do the right thing when it comes to the Admirals. Here's an example of fucking Luffy reacting to the news that fucking Akainu became Fleet Admiral and that the Marines are stronger now than ever before. He's literally holding the scar on his chest. People forget that Akainu is the one that scarred Luffy. People still to this day believe that Luffy is not going to fight Akainu. The man that killed his brother. The man that gave him the lasting scar on his body. The man that just the mere fucking thought of him runs a shiver down his body. Like, people just hate these guys. They are fucking strong. Just accept the truth. Accept the truth. And I don't know how much more evidence Oda needs to slam in your guys' face for you to accept it. I think there's going to be a lot of copium being spread in the coming weeks, especially considering we're going to get this fight, whether people want to see it or not. He wanted to surpass Kizaru from fucking Sabaody, and I'm assuming he wasn't expecting that he would have been here. I think he understood the severity of the situation. He knew the Navy was there, but he might not have thought an admiral was there. Or he might not have actually been able to register how truly strong they were in the past, because he didn't have his observation nearly at the level he's at now. Like, yeah, people's like, he's already seen Kizaru, bro. He's never acted like this. Did he have the same level of observation any other time? No. Pre-time skip, he fucking didn't have any. If anything, it would be like just little bits of it leaking out. He has no fucking cognizant knowledge like he has today. But whatever. Us that know, we're gonna know. Wait another week. It'll get confirmed. And what are they gonna say then? That's all I gotta say. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys understand the fucking truth. You guys gotta wake up to reality, as Madara said. And I'll see y'all soon. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and drop a like. It really helps the channel and I appreciate it. Peace. She don't do it with no hands, she a master. If they question how I get it, I got answers. Like, what she got me tripping like.